Hey everyone, I am RN and welcome back to the world of Pikmin. Today we'll be discussing the Dweevil family, but before we get started, I want to thank my channel members Morgan and Alex Billings. Thank you for your support. And if you'd like to become a member, click the join button below this video. It's good to see you all again. I'm glad to have reached 1,200 subscribers, and I hope you all enjoy. Welcome to the world of Pikmin. As previously stated, we'll be discussing the Dweevil family today, which is comprised of 8 members, and it's important to note that most of these family members have similar behaviors and mostly differentiate in elemental abilities, as that's what Pikmin's game mechanics largely center around, and also differ slightly in logs or notes written in-game about them. With that being said, to begin, we'll introduce the Fiery Dweevil. The Fiery Dweevil, similar to all Dweevils, appears in Pikmin 2 and 4, and will attempt to carry treasures or miscellaneous food items on its back, whether it be defeated enemies or pellets. They are immune to damage from Pikmin from the ground, but throwing Pikmin onto its torso will cause damage after they've knocked any items the Dweevil may have in its possession from its grip. After receiving damage, the Fire Dweevil specifically will shake off any attackers and release flames all around it as a defense mechanism. Once defeated, it will lie on its back and curl its legs onto itself. It is also important to note that captains are able to strike Dweevils from the ground, even if Pikmin cannot do so. Now here's what Olimar has to add on this family member. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs, then mimicking them. The Fire Dweevil is one species in this family. Generally, this is a very gentle insect that feeds on grass nectars, but when faced with danger, the Fire Dweevil ignites flammable internal gases, juts out its jaw, and spews scorching flames. As this clearly makes it a rather dangerous insect, it is best not to linger directly in front of it. Up next we have the Anode Dweevil, also appearing in Pikmin 2 and 4. The Anode Dweevil has all the same mechanics when it comes to combating them as the Fiery Dweevil, but is slightly more risky, as in Pikmin 2, electricity instantly kills all Pikmin who are not immune. In Pikmin 4, this risk is reduced, as electricity can be nullified by whistle within a short time limit. I much prefer it being less forgiving, as it was in Pikmin 2, but you can leave your comment on that down below. And when it's defeated, it will also curl in onto itself. The note left by Olimar is similar to the Fire Dweevils, but differs in reference to the Anode Dweevil's unique electrical abilities, stating they boast an internal organ that generates electrical charges, which the Anode Dweevil releases when it senses danger. Our next member we'll be discussing is the Hydro Dweevil. This member has gone through some ability detail ambiguity over time, as in Pikmin 2 for the GameCube and Wii, it's known as Caustic Dweevil, in which caustic means acidic, which aligns with a situation where notes differentiate from stating its attack being bodily fluids or water. Maybe it's a mixture of both. Olimar states in his logs from the GameCube edition that when attacked by enemies, the Caustic Dweevil spits out bodily fluids in response. Spacesuits corrode and oxidize when they come in contact with this highly acidic liquid. Then in Nintendo's Player's Guide, made for Pikmin 2, it states, "They'll make your skin crawl on sight, but the worst Caustic Dweevils can do to your troops is to spit water at them. Use only blue Pikmin in the battle if you can, and toss them at the beast's body. If you use other types of troops, be ready to whistle them free from the bubbles." But later on in Nintendo's Switch edition, they write, "When attacked by enemies, the Hydro Dweevil spits out bodily fluids in response." So they've gone back and forth on specifying the contents of its attacks and whether it's possibly acid or water. Either way, it's recommended you use water Pikmin to face them. I hope you enjoy that little detail discrepancy I found. I thought it was interesting. Our next family member is the Ice-Blown Dweevil from Pikmin 4. When attacked, it will freeze your non-ice Pikmin with some sort of gas. Freezing does not kill instantly, and you can whistle your Pikmin free near immediately. If I had to make an educated guess, I would hypothesize the gas is possibly liquid nitrogen, or something close to that. Though I do like this family member because of Olimer's logs going into Dweevil biology in general. Dweevils have varying body colors in response to their feeding habits. Each species feeds on different types of plants and small animals, so the symbiotic bacteria that creates their pigmentation differ as well. The Ice-Blown Dweevil lives in cold habitats and spews frigid gas, so the workings of its symbiotic bacteria are dulled and it retains its natural color, which is white. It's been confirmed that in more temperate climates, where food that the Fiery Dweevil eats is readily available, the Ice-Blown Dweevil's coloration is much peacher. And who would have thought that their skin pigmentation was based on dietary habits and internal bacteria? I think that's amazing. Up next is the Munge Dweevil, which is the poison variant of Dweevil from Pikmin 2, and the Venom Dweevil, which is the Pikmin 4 variant. Not sure why the name change. I think Munge sounds like European slang, honestly. Aesthetically, the Venom Dweevil follows the cyan color scheme that they transitioned to in Pikmin 4, with spore enemies and such. And Munge Dweevils differ from the other family members because it has more health. Besides that, they both emit poison gas when attacked. Olimer comments on the Munge that the Munge Dweevil produces two different chemical compounds within its body, which form poisonous gas when mixed and expelled. This gas is used only for self-defense. Now the logs for the Venom Dweevil by Olimer are the exact same as the Munge's, but Dalmo, who's one of the explorers you rescued during the main campaign of Pikmin 4, has his own note. Is this just another different color of Dweevil? Not at all. You see here a fashion leader of the critter world. There was once a purple one as well, but this year's trendy color is green. Be sure to bring protective gear to see it though. The skittering sweetie can produce a toxic gas if threatened. I thought it was a nice little homage to the Munge Dweevil to add that in there, so Nintendo gets plus points from me for that. Next we have the Volatile Dweevil, which appears in Pikmin 2. I've actually lost a lot of Pikmin to these creatures specifically, especially when I panic. At first I thought they were Dweevils that were made of explosive bomb rocks you can use throughout the game series, but it's actually just that this particular Dweevil likes carrying bomb rocks and nothing else. It's a shame to not see its return in Pikmin 4, but they did give other Dweevils the ability to carry bomb rocks in its stead and perform the same attack. Returning back to the Volatile Dweevil, when alerted, the fuse will alight for its explosive and it will pursue you. It will do significant damage if it hits you personally, but for your Pikmin, it's death. Apparently if you freeze it in stone with Ultra Bitter Spray, it freezes the detonation timer for the bomb, so makes it useful for escaping as well, which is something I did not know. Here are the logs by Olimer on this family member. The Volatile Dweevil is one member of an insect family, known for mimicking objects by carrying them on their backs. The Dweevil family exhibits a most unusual characteristic, whereby the creature's behavioral patterns actually change based upon the object the creature carries on its back. The Volatile Dweevil has one of the most potent attacks of all species within the Dweevil family, due to its habit of carrying explosive devices. Approach with caution and/or body armor. Our final member for today is the Titan Dweevil. This is the final boss of Pikmin 2, and it utilizes treasures you can collect post-battle as weapons. You're able to beat this boss and still keep playing the campaign, so there's no need for concern there if you happen to face it early. I will now show you the boss fight, but for anyone who hasn't played, and doesn't want to spoil this fight for themselves, I'll put a timestamp to jump to. Now that we've seen the boss fight, here's the RNiverse notes on this creature. The largest member of the Dweevil family, this fearsome predator carries protective components that frequently exhibit offensive capabilities, an evolution that may be attributed to mere chance. Another evolutionary theory is that the chemical contents of the containers carried by Titan Dweevils contribute to possible gene splicing. While other Dweevils do not seem to choose the objects they carry, the Titan Dweevil appears to prefer shiny objects above all others. Now that is all the members for the Dweevil family. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, feel free to subscribe if you want to keep updated on my series, or show some love in the comments below and I'll respond. And if you want to become a channel member, click the join button below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.